A lot of black families are told to save money, but nobody really explains how savings becomes wealth. And that's the part that changes everything. Saving can help you survive, but investing is what helps you grow, own, and finally build something that can last past one emergency, one paycheck, or even one generation. So if you've ever had money sit in the bank but still felt stuck, this is the step-by-step path to turning savings into investing and investing into real black wealth. A lot of people save backwards. They save when they feel lucky. They save what is left. They save with no real target. And then one emergency shows up and the savings disappears like it was never there. That is not because people are lazy. That is because nobody really showed them the path, a real path. Not just save your money, not just invest early, not just be disciplined. I mean a real step-by-step path from survival money to wealth money, because those are not the same thing. Survival money helps you breathe. Wealth money helps you build. And if you want black wealth, you need both. You need money that protects you now and money that grows for later. So let's walk through the path the simple way. Step 1. Stop calling every saved dollar an investment. This is the first mindset shift. Savings and investing are not the same job. Savings is for safety. Investing is for growth. If you mix them up, you create chaos. Money you need in the next few weeks or months should not be bouncing around with market risk. That money needs to be stable, reachable, boring. That is your emergency money, your bill money, your short-term peace money. Investing starts after you build that layer, because if you try to invest before you can survive one bad month, life will keep forcing you to cash out early, and that ruins the whole process. Step 2. Build the first safety floor. Before you talk stocks, funds, or retirement accounts, build your first safety floor. That means getting at least a starter emergency fund in place. Not a fantasy number, a real one. Enough to stop every small emergency from becoming a full emotional breakdown. For some people, that starts with $500. For others, $1,000. The number matters less than the habit, because the first goal is not to look impressive. The first goal is to stop bleeding. When the car acts up, when the lights jump, when the medicine costs more, when somebody in the family needs help, you need a little room. That little room changes how you think. And once you stop panicking, you make better money decisions. Step 3. Get honest about the leaks. This is where people get uncomfortable, because everybody wants wealth. Nobody wants to audit. But look, you cannot build black wealth with money leaking out of 10 holes. You have to know what keeps draining you. High-interest debt, constant eating out, subscriptions you forgot about, lifestyle spending that only exists to prove you're doing okay. Helping everybody first before you help your own foundation. That last one is real. A lot of people are trying to build while also carrying family pressure, and I get it. But if every financial win becomes public too early, it gets attacked too early. You cannot pour from a cup that never gets a chance to fill. So before investing, you have to tighten the leaks, not to punish yourself, to give your future a chance. Step 4. Kill the ugliest debt first. This is where savings becomes strategy. If you have high-interest credit card debt, that debt is competing against your future every month. You save a little, interest takes a bite. You get a raise, interest takes a bite. You finally feel momentum, interest puts a boot on your neck. That is why turning savings into wealth usually means attacking toxic debt early. Not every debt is equal, but the ugliest debt is usually the debt making your progress feel fake. Once that starts going down, your money gets lighter, your stress gets lighter, and now the dollars you save can actually stay yours longer. That matters.
Step 5. Build the real emergency fund. Now we move from starter safety to real stability. This is where you slowly work toward a stronger emergency fund, something that can carry a few months of life. Because real wealth does not grow well when every surprise keeps uprooting it. This part is not glamorous. Nobody claps for this part. Nobody shows this part online. But this is the part that protects the whole plan. A lot of people want to invest fast because they are scared of being behind. I understand that. But rushing into investing with no cushion can turn every market dip into a forced mistake. When life hits, you do not want to sell investments just to cover groceries or rent. That is why savings comes first. Not forever, but first. Step 6. Open the right investing door. Now we finally get to the part people usually want first, investing. But do not overcomplicate this. Most beginners do not need a genius strategy. They need a simple door. A retirement account through work if they have one, an IRA if they do not, a basic brokerage account after that. Something automatic, something diversified, something boring enough to keep working even when emotions get loud. A lot of people lose years waiting to learn everything. You do not need to know everything to start. You need to know enough to stop sitting still. And one of the biggest shifts here is understanding this. Saving stores effort. Investing multiplies effort. That's the whole point. Step 8. Start with consistency, not heroics. This is where people mess up. They think investing starts with a big lump sum. Sometimes it does, but for most everyday people, wealth grows from consistency. A set amount every paycheck, every month, every raise, every tax refund, every time debt drops and room opens up. That rhythm matters more than trying to be flashy, because wealth usually does not arrive like fireworks. It arrives like quiet repetition. A lot of people think they need thousands to begin. No, you need a habit. The amount can grow later. The habit has to start now. That's how saving turns into investing in real life. Not one giant move, hundreds of smaller moves done on purpose. Step 8. Buy ownership, not excitement. This part is important. When you finally start investing, do not treat it like entertainment. You are not there to gamble with your future. You are there to buy ownership. Ownership in businesses, ownership in growth, ownership in the economy instead of just being charged by it. That's a big mindset shift for people who were never taught this, because many people know how to work for money. Far fewer are taught how to own what money is working inside of. That's why basic diversified investing matters so much. It helps everyday people stop standing outside wealth and start owning a small piece of it. That's powerful, especially if your family has mostly seen money come and go without ever staying in assets.
Step 9. Protect the wealth while you build it. This is where black wealth gets deeper than investing, because it is not enough to grow money. You also have to protect it. That means insurance. That means beneficiaries updated. That means the right names on accounts. That means titles handled correctly. That means wills, estate planning, and hard family conversations. A lot of families work too hard to build something, just to lose it through confusion, conflict, or bad paperwork. That is one of the saddest financial stories there is. You can build a house, save the money, buy the property, and still lose control of it if the protection is weak. Wealth is not just what you earn. It is what survives you. That is a different level of thinking, and it matters. Step 11. Keep your lifestyle below your income. This is where real wealth usually wins or dies. Because once more money starts coming in, life starts whispering. You deserve a better car. You deserve a bigger place. You deserve nicer stuff. And some of that may be true, but if every raise gets eaten immediately, you are just making your lifestyle richer, not yourself. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is where wealth is born. That gap funds emergency savings. That gap funds investing. That gap funds peace. That gap funds ownership. That gap funds your freedom later. If you close that gap too fast, you stay dressed up and financially fragile, and that is not the goal. Step 12. Teach it while you build it. If you want black wealth, it cannot stop at your bank account. It has to become language in the family. The kids need to hear it. The nieces and nephews need to hear it. The people around you need to hear basic things like emergency money comes first. Debt can slow your life down. Investing is ownership. Retirement matters. Paperwork matters. Silence and privacy matter. Looking rich is not the same as being secure. That is how culture changes. One conversation at a time, one account at a time, one habit at a time, one generation being a little less lost than the last one. And that may be the deepest form of wealth there is.